those leftover turkey parts go to waste. Instead of tossing out the necks, bones, and giblets, transform them into a mouth-watering broth that not only will elevate your soups, but also bring joy to your pets. Stick around and I'll show you how to make turkey bone broth in no time when we get back. Bone broth is not only packed with flavor, but it also boasts a myriad of health benefits. You can add it to kibble for better hydration. It's also been promoted as beneficial for joint, skin, and digestive health. Let me show you the ingredients. After I roast my turkey, I go ahead and save the bones. Basically, there's some skin in here as well. I try not to include too much fat because I don't want my broth to be fatty. I always skim the fat off, so not a lot of fat there. I have my turkey neck that I saved from inside the carcass before I roasted it, so this is raw, and heart and liver. You also need some apple cider vinegar and I just grabbed some celery, carrots. Always keep a plastic bag in the fridge to throw your parsley, carrots, and celery in for your broths, and that leads to less food waste. Here I have my turkey bones that I've saved. You can also toss them in the freezer if you're not ready to make your bone broth. You can just have the bones frozen when you're ready to go, put it together. But here they are, I just put them in a Tupperware and then dump those in there. Add the turkey neck. This was raw, I just kept that in the fridge for a day or two until I was ready to make my bone broth. And throw some celery, a couple sprigs of celery and some carrots. Again, you don't have to do that. And I avoid adding onions and garlic to my pet's broth because I use it for my cats as well. But a small amount of onion or garlic is not going to bother a dog or even a medium-sized dog. I would only worry about a small cat or a small dog. So we need to add some apple cider vinegar. This is a 1/4 cup. You can just throw a couple tablespoons in here. That's for flavor, but it also helps relieve some of the nutrients that are beneficial in the broth. And then we will add our water to the maximum fill line within the pot. All right, we're to the max fill line. Put this on here and set it for 2 hours on high. I turn the cook keep warm setting off, and in 2 hours this will be, you could allow a natural release, and then let it cool and put it inside of like mason jars to keep in the refrigerator. And then you'll want to refrigerate it and skim off the fat. I always skim the fat off of my pet's broth so they don't have added fat to their food, just in case, you know, I've never had a problem, but for a pet that's sensitive to fat and with all the pancreatitis out there, I just skim that off. So in 2 hours, we will be back and we'll strain out those bones and store our broth.
2 hours later.
So our broth is all done, cooled off, decompressed, and now is the fun part. I usually do this in the sink, but so you can see my golden elixir. Can't really see too well in there, but I'm going to go ahead and dump in through a mesh strainer into, this is another Instant Pot. I have a couple of these gals that sometimes make several recipes at once. You could use a kind of strainer. Here we go. Oopsie. And don't fall asleep on the job with these bones because they smell awfully tasty and you don't want your dogs or cats to get a hold of a bone like that and try to swallow it. So I'm going to get those in the trash soon. So I have my golden elixir here and I'm going to go ahead and start putting it in my mason jars. And I love these little handy dandy canning things. This one is from Norpro. I got that on Amazon. Do not put these in the dishwasher because they warp. So there you have it. We've made 4 of these nice little containers of golden elixir turkey broth. And if you think about, go to the grocery store right now and you want to pick one of these up, you're going to save yourself anywhere from $6 depending on whether it's organic or the store that you shop at. So think about how this doesn't have all the added chemicals and other things. You can put this in your refrigerator for 5 days or so. I would freeze what you don't use after that time, but we have the holidays coming up and I'm sure I'm gonna need stock for a lot of things. And also I'll just use this in my pet food. I love that you can add this to like a dog's kibble, for example, for those of you that feed kibble. I use it in my homemade recipes, and I like to add some to my cat's food as well to encourage hydration. So there you have it. Turkey bone broth is a great base for soup recipes that can be spiced up later for the humans, and it provides a delightful treat for our pets as well. You can add it to their meals to encourage them to stay hydrated and to add a delicious taste to their regular food, especially if your dog is eating kibble. For cats, please don't feed them kibble. I use it in my dog food recipes as well. To learn more about other ways to prepare it, please refer to the blog post on making turkey bone broth on the stovetop, slow cooker, or Instant Pot. Link in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more recipes and videos on a holistic approach to pet health. And until next time, bon appetit!